You're watching the Cowboys Report. Before we dive into my predictions on breakout players in 2020, I want you guys in the comments and replying to the pinned comment to make your best guesses. Now, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped.com, and my full potential breakout candidates coming up right now. We'll begin with Blake Jarwin, who I think is the most obvious candidate at the tight end position for the Dallas Cowboys, and just on offense of being the breakout guy. He's going to start, and Jason Witten is gone. That feels sacrilegious to say that he's a member of the Raiders, but it was the best move for the Cowboys franchise because he was a progress blocker. He wanted to be involved. He didn't want to come off the field. The Cowboys sold you a fake news bill of goods of 25 snaps max for Witten. He doubled it. It's not okay. Now, Jarwin might be your option number 4 in terms of the receiving game behind Lamb and Cooper and Gallup and heck, maybe even Zeke potentially. But there are targets out there. He got, as the number 2 tight end, 41 targets, 31 yards, 31 receptions, 365 yards, and 3 scores. I don't know if he doubles those, but his targets might double because you got targets to replace right now. 83 from both Witten and from Cobb. 24 from Tavon Austin, who I don't think ends up being back, by the way, but we'll see. So for Jarwin, yeah, he's not going to be a Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz volume guy. But given how limited tight ends can be used in the NFL, I think he's going to be serviceable. Now, I got issues with him as a blocker, but this is his chance. The way the contract is structured, the Cowboys can move on after 2 years, and it's still pretty cheap overall. I like that for Dallas. Next up on offense, how about Tony Pollard, who was super efficient last year. In fact, one of the most efficient backs in all of the NFL. Now, as sample size and volume goes up, efficiency tends to go down. That's just how these things work. But he's still going to be a part of the offense in 2020. My concern about his upside in the end is how many touches are left for him. He got about 100 last year. That was about what he was at. He's never been a super high volume guy. Even at Memphis, he wasn't a big player. I'd like to see somewhere more in the range of, especially probably more receptions. Maybe it's more like 120. Maybe it's more like 130. And even higher if you're blowing teams out and sitting Zeke in the fourth quarters because, well, the game's over. You don't need him out there very much. I am just curious to see how much usage Pollard actually gets. He's a Kellen Moore guy. Kellen Moore's still there. Very excited to see how things end up looking. Now, one player not on this list is Michael Gallup because I think the breakout already happened. He was great last year. Now, he still got some room for growth, but the breakout happened already. So I think, yes, the Michael Gallup breakout has occurred. He's too good already. You don't need to give him any more. So my vote is yes. You guys let me know in the comments section. Now, to wrap things up on offense, I'm looking for one more lineman because I got 3 elite ones. Can I get one of Joe Looney, Connor McGover, and Connor Williams? Oh, by the way, rookies don't count. That's why there's no CeeDee Lamb. That's why there's no Tyler Biadasz on here. Can I get one of those guys, probably one of those 2 guards, to emerge as maybe not elite, but well above average starting offensive lineman? If that happens, I'll feel a lot better about the loss of Travis Frederick to retirement this year. Now, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. You can get the perfect package, which is the Lawnmower 3.0, some ball toner, ball deodorant, and, of course, the underwear as well, which, by the way, are the most comfortable pair of underwear that I own. If you head over to manscaped.com and use promo code COWBOYS, you get 20% off. That is manscaped.com/promo code COWBOYS, 20% off. Don't just take my word for it, folks. Ask my wife. She's a big fan. Let's go to defense now. Jourdan Lewis, who, frankly, guys, has been one of the few playmakers in the secondary on this Cowboys team. Byron Jones was great. He was a lockdown guy. I wouldn't really, though, consider him a playmaker. There weren't enough takeaways. Now, Lewis is in an awkward spot because I like him a lot. I know many of you guys like him. We were on the hashtag Free Jourdan bandwagon. Put it in the comments. Jourdan Lewis is on the verge of being unfreed. He might not be free next year. Now, these coverage numbers aren't great. That's way too high of a completion percentage, even though it's typically higher for slot guys. But it's made okay because he makes plays. He has interceptions. He's good in that area. That's a very positive sign. But the Cowboys didn't commit to him. They committed to Anthony Brown. They drafted and added 3 corners who are bigger than Jourdan Lewis. I think there is a chance that the Cowboys move on from Lewis sooner than we all anticipate, which I don't like. But if he gets a chance to play, as he's done before, I think he's going to impress. That's what he's done in the past. Now, not included on this list, as we're in defense now, are bounce-back candidates. DeMarcus Lawrence, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith. So if you want that video, I want you guys to spam me in the comment section and just help me make sure that it's what you, the people, want. You guys might not like this next one. Anthony Brown. He was the nickel corner last year before injury. And before he got hurt for the second time, the Cowboys had started to make him the guy once again. Then he got hurt, and they went back to Jourdan Lewis. They re-signed him this offseason on a 3-year deal. He's the only non-rookie at the cornerback depth chart who's locked in to the roster beyond 2020. That's the truth. Now, I think Anthony Brown is better than he gets credit for. He's also a number 3 guy. I don't think he's ever going to be a top 2 corner for a team, at least not a team with a good secondary. But if he gets a chance under a new coaching staff, you know what? Maybe he plays a little bit more like he did in 2017 when he was actually a lot better than some of you guys wanted to admit. But this question, I'm on board with JL. Pick a corner for me. AB for Anthony Brown, JL for Jourdan Lewis. I am going to go with Jourdan Lewis. I am on Team Free Jourdan. But the truth of the matter is, the difference between those two, it's not as big as people might want to think. So I am typing in my JL, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Let's continue on with some more secondary breakout candidates. Xavier Woods. I was wrong last year, folks. I thought the breakout had happened. And I'll show you the stats in a second. But I thought it had happened. I thought it was there. I thought he'd broken out and was going to be that safety the Cowboys want him to be. And then it just didn't happen. And maybe it was because of injury. But his first 8 games, 49 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, some pass breakups. I'm like, it's here. He's broken out. It's going to continue. But then it didn't. And the regression set in. And now I don't know if that really good play over the first 8 games where he was making plays on the football, imagine a safety with 4 picks and 4 forced fumbles. God, we'd kill for that, right? Now I don't know if that was a mirage or if it was just the defensive issues across the board kind of got to him. So we'll see this year. So I thought the breakout had happened. Hasn't yet. Hasn't happened for an entire season. So we will see. I think what you'll see, by the way, at safety is more split coverage looks with Xavier Woods and Clinton Dix. Where things are tricky, though, is beyond this year because of those 5 names listed as the starters, one of them is under contract in 2021. Xavier Woods is not among them. So will he be on the team in the 2021 season? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I hope the answer is yes, but I'm not sure. To wrap things up, I gave you guys the one that you wanted here. That is Donovan Wilson. Now, a new coaching staff means a fresh start for almost all of these players. There are some exceptions. What works in favor of Donovan Wilson is that his coach at A&M, Maurice Linguist, is the new DB's coach for the Cowboys. Linguist liked Donovan Wilson, obviously. He's coached him before. He knows him pretty well. I think that works in favor of Wilson. Now, he barely played last year in Ravens. He didn't really get on the field in the end, which was weird because he was so good in the preseason. My hope is that a new staff means more opportunities for Wilson. That is my hope, my true hope. I don't know if that's a guarantee. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what it looks like. We'll see what things look like for Wilson. if maybe there's an injury, gets a better chance. Wilson was viewed as only a free safety last year, and he was behind Darian Thompson. Is that the case this year? Is he still fourth in the pecking order? Can he become third? And if he's third, maybe you start to give him more chances, and maybe he ends up being just like Dak Prescott was early. Dak wasn't good at practice early on in his career. He's gotten, of course, a lot better since then. Wilson might just be a gamer. Maybe he's someone that just needs a chance. I know many of you are all bored on him, so I had to include him on this one. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.